Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Welcome, everyone, to Outer Points Productions and the Knockout Challenge Series studios located inside of the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Chris is pointing somewhere, and you have no idea where it is, so let's back that camera up just a little bit. There it is. There's the Varsity Club. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Glad to have you here. We are in the quarterfinals of the Ultimate KO 10 Ball. So, what does that mean? Fred Renner, Salsa Man, I know you're listening tonight. First of all, glad to have you back, as always. B, one of the things that you and many viewers have said before, let me zoom back in a little bit so you can see us, is the player spotlight, right? So, it's one of my favorite things to do as well, and I have done some completely revamping of that. It's no longer called the Player Spotlight. Here's what it's called, and there's a reason why I'm putting this one up here first, right? It's called Behind the Cue Ball, and the very first one, the reason why I have that up there, Harman Singh tonight playing J-Fed, is... Let me just give you a really brief explanation as to why I'm going to do this, and then you'll understand. All of these matches consist of 3 sets, if it goes to 3 sets. So it's guaranteed 2 sets. Now, both of the players have agreed to do behind the cue ball interviews. If this does not go to a 3rd set, one of the players, their interview is not going to be seen. I don't think that's fair. So, in order to combat that, I came up with an idea 5 minutes ago. Why don't we do one of them to start the match? So, I greatly appreciate you sticking around to see this and listen to, because these are questions that have not been asked before. And you're going to find out who, first of all, Harman Singh is off the pool table and on the pool table. So, sit back, relax. It's a little bit, about 10 minutes for the Behind the Cue Ball interview with Harman, and then we're going to get the match started. Enjoy. What used to be called the Player Spotlight, now called the Behind the Cue Ball interview, if you will. I am joined in the booth by Mr. Harman Singh. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's get up a little bit closer, so you can see the guy. There he is. So let me give you a little drop down here. Again, called Behind the Cue Ball. This is to find out who the hell is Harman Singh, and how did you get to be a pool player? Have at it.
A mediocre pool player?
Mediocre. Yeah, like the commentary here.
Well, so I first started playing pool in real life at UWM when one day one of my buddies was like, we had a couple free hours, and one of my buddies was like, hey, in the basement they have this thing called the rec center. They have like 20 pool tables in there. And I was like, whoa, I've played this pool game on my phone basically my whole life. I would love to play it in real life.
So I was going to cut you off at the very beginning of that, Harman, because when you said you hadn't played in real life, so now it kind of comes full circle as to, all right,
Yeah.
so you were playing it on your phone.
Yeah, and I was a millionaire in the game. And yeah, and then as soon as me and him, we played for maybe an hour, and I didn't know what I was doing. Of course, it was my first time, but we started coming back and back, and I knew I fell in love with the game even when he wasn't there. I would go by myself. I would play alone, just try to get better, try to make more than one ball in a row, and just figure out what I was doing. And
How long ago was that?
I would say that was sophomore year of college, so 2020, basically 2019. I think by the time lockdown happened, I was playing for maybe like 6 months, and that was just shooting around, no mechanics, no nothing.
Okay.
And then during lockdown, there was no in-person classes, but one of my friends, a different friend, he worked at the rec center, and he really liked pool. He cared a lot about his fundamentals. He would practice a lot. He's moved now, and I haven't gotten to play with him recently, but me and him, we would play any days that he would work. There would be no one playing because of lockdown. And any days that he would work, he would just invite me down, and I'd get to play free pool and basically get lessons from him. Not that he was trying to teach me any, but I would just watch. I would observe.
Sure.
That's when I think about it, that's where I've gotten most of everything that I know about the game.
So if you go back to that time you said MSOE, so you were
UWM.
Or UWM. I'm sorry. So is there a moment in time where you realize that it's no longer just a hobby? Or was it after college that you decided, hey, I want to do this and play tournaments and get better and become a really good pool player?
I think I would say that it became a very strong hobby before I ever realized that I would want to do anything competitive. So during college, I would say probably when I bought my first cue, I was like, yeah, I'm taking this, very serious. I don't mind spending the, $300-400 that it's going to be for my first cue, which I'm still using, by the way. That was
Same one.
Yep.
What cue is it?
That's a McDermott i3.
Okay.
And I've switched. I've tried other cues. I've tried carbon fiber, but I just keep coming back to it just because I just love the feel of it. But
The old maple shaft. You
Yep.
betcha.
yeah. And yeah, actually, it would. So
You've been playing for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And in say that short amount of time, in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of pool, especially for somebody like myself at 59 years old, we've got a lot of years that separate us in pool, right? What would you say up to this point, up to tonight, is your biggest accomplishment in the game?
My biggest accomplishment, I don't know. Nothing really stands out to the point where I have thought to myself, wow, this is the biggest accomplishment.
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
maybe getting to a point where I get to play someone as good as Jeremy. That's, I would say this is probably a very big milestone.
So, given the fact that you brought that up, coming into tonight, do you get nervous prior to any matches or prior to any tournaments? And do you feel that way tonight? And is there anything that you do to combat that?
I think today, more than anything, I was nervous for my match against Rich. I was nervous for my match against Rudy. But today, I can't go back to those feelings and remember how nervous I was then. But today, I feel like I'm more nervous. But that's just the name of the game. Whichever one of us gets over our nerves faster.
I'm a firm believer in nerves are good if they're good nerves where they don't inhibit your game.
I'm definitely the type I was nervous, but not to the point where it's going to affect my game.
Yeah.
I was nervous as in I was practicing yesterday, and I took it to really focus to know that I have to lock in, basically.
Embrace the nerves.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, again, in the short amount of time that you've been playing, relatively speaking, is there somebody that you look up to as a mentor in the game, or somebody that you would like to emulate or be like? Yeah, I mean, put your own style into, but you really admire their game.
I think most of my learning has come from Federer. His mechanics are, of course, perfect. It would, playing anything like that would be amazing. Other than that, as far as one of my friends that I've started playing with recently, Eric Ramirez. I'm pretty sure you've seen him in the chat.
Absolutely.
And this year,
what's going on, Eric? He's going to be watching this tonight.
Oh yeah, this year especially, we started playing. We had a league together at the start of the year, and after that, we started practicing together, playing more together. And since then, I would say my game has really gotten a lot better because he is very competitive. He likes to, see improvement, and he's one of those people where he knows he can watch me play and he can tell me what to do, and I can implement it and I can see the improvement.
All right, so let's expand on that just a little bit. What would you say is the biggest weakness in Harman Singh's game at this moment?
I would just say experience. I think I definitely have a lot to learn in the game as far as knowing which shots to take, which patterns. But since the time that I've improved, I would say I think I've gotten up 50, 60 points in the last 6 months in Fargo.
And a lot.
Yeah, and I would say that's my fundamentals have been basically identical. Maybe I'm a little more consistent, but it's mostly just picking the right shots, playing with more confidence, and I think that's the only thing that I really have, or that's the main thing that I want to improve on.
So other than Eric, are you completely self-taught?
Yeah, I mean before Eric too, I was completely self-taught as far as fundamentals, and even then,
no professional lessons or anything.
Not one.
Pretty phenomenal.
I've never paid for one lesson ever.
If you folks out there have never watched this guy play, he was in the high roller. You were also in another tournament that I held here, and now this. Yeah. And you've held your own against some really, really good players. So that's if you continue with it. The reason I'm saying that is you've got a really bright future in this game.
I appreciate
if you
that.
can
Thank you.
Continue. So let's one more question, and then I'm going to let you go so you can practice a little bit. What are your goals for? All right, what is today? The November 17th. What are your goals for this next year? Where do you want to be next November with your game?
I don't take the game seriously enough to want to be so harsh on myself, to be like, oh, I have to do this by this point. I just want to make sure that I have fun, and I am very blessed to be able to play at a level where, not only can I, work always comes first, but not only can I have a hobby where, I have the potential to make money. Of course, it's not about the money, but the potential to make money, have fun, literally go multiple day tournaments.
So listen to this, folks. Listen to this. If you're not having fun, if you're not doing what Harman is talking about right now, and if you're not having fun doing what you love, then why are you doing it? And that's my attitude. If you're not enjoying it, and you're not getting the most out of the game if you're not having fun, and you're not going to be relaxed if you're not enjoying yourself. I try to do it myself as well. It doesn't always work out that way. You get angry at yourselves. I get that, but that's the best attitude to have. So you mentioned work, and I know I said that was the last question, but tough. What do you do outside of playing pool?
It's my father and I. We run a couple convenience stores down in the Milwaukee area.
Okay.
He's I have no idea where he is right now, but he's on vacation, so I basically manage.
You better be watching.
I manage them on my own. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's got to be at 25 years old, 26 years old,
24.
24 years old. Holy hell. That's twice my.
Very blessed.
I guess that's got to be that's a big responsibility, though.
Yeah, but my parents came here when I was 5 years old, and they had $500 in their pockets, and
the American dream.
They left everything behind, and for them to give me the life that I have, this is no pressure. What they've done for me, this is.
I think Outer Points Production needs him as a sponsor. Anyway, Harman, best of luck tonight in your match against Jeremy. I know it's a big one. So get out there and warm up a little bit more. And I really do appreciate your time in the booth with me and letting the viewers know a little bit more about who you are. So much appreciated.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you're doing as well.
You bet.
This is great for the game.
I hope so. All right. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and watching the very first Behind the Cue Ball, Mr. Harman Singh. So these are a lot of fun. And, again, shout out to Fred and so many others that have complimented on. This is one of my favorite parts of the stream. It really is, because you get to know the player, who they are off the table as well. And that's you don't normally get to do that at a regular pool tournament sometimes. So thanks for sitting back and enjoying the start of the stream that way. So now, how about we get to the match?
Yes.
Both guys are ready and warmed up. So I'm going to go out by the players, and Chris is going to explain the rules.
You've all heard it before. We don't need to go over that crap. No, I'm kidding. Just in case there's some new listeners. We're doing Ultimate KO format rules, and so we're playing Ultimate Pool League rules with a couple minor modifications for our tournament. One of which, UPL is kind of a slop game. We are actually, for our 10 ball, it's still call shot for every ball. So normal 10 ball rules that way. Also, we allow 45 seconds after the break for the player to switch their cue, take a quick look at the table. So, 45 seconds after the break. After that, 30 seconds. A shot with one extension per rack per player. So what else we got? Best 2 out of 3 matches. So tonight, I believe Jeremy's giving up 3 games to Harman. So it'll be a 39-minute match. And somebody has to win 2 out of the 3 sets to win the match. All ball fouls, as I just explained, 3 minutes added to the clock. So these sets will be 39-minute sets for the players. And Jeremy needs to make up 3 to even get on the board. No jumping allowed. So safeties could come into play for both players, as you're not allowed to jump. So hopefully you're pretty good at kicking or mass A shots. And Jeremy is racked. So you're going to see.
So you're going to see the, and I'm sure Chris explained part of it at the very beginning. Players I've added an extra 15 seconds to the shot immediately following the break. So you're going to see the shot clock, the match clock shot clock go down to 15. And then Chris is going to reset it, and it's going to reset to 30. That way they've got 45 seconds after the break.
Yep.
To decide whether they're going to shoot or push, and B, to remove the rack, the magic rack from the table, put it on, and then exchange their break cue for their shooting cue. So you're going to see that quite often. So if you question that, why it happens versus what you were hopefully watching over the weekend with the UPL, wow. The grand finals, if you weren't watching, please take the time to go back and watch because it is incredible.
Yes, it was.
And if I remember correctly, the name of the team from the St. Louis, Missouri area, 8 runners or 8 something. Yeah, I put it on my one of my Facebook posts. They won a check for $100,000.
Wow.
That's never been done in pool before for amateur pool, ever, and it's only going to get better.
Harman electing to push.
Yeah, and I don't think Jeremy's going to give this one back. A 717 Fargo being 2 inches off the rail, I don't think bothers him too much. Nope. He'd rather shoot this than give it back. And I think he is hampered by that 7 ball just a little bit. Might be able to masse around it. Nope, he's kicking.
Ooh, Trevor says it was 8 runners southbound.
That's it. Thank you, Trevor. Well, that attempted safe by Harman may end up costing him the first game, but we'll see. Oh, then again, we'll go back to the overhead.
No trouble with that
there's
5
some
ball.
trouble with that 5, no doubt.
And possibly to 6.
Mm-hmm. Setting himself up for the bank, but I believe he has gone too far.
Playing safe.
Did he give him a window?
No. Well, maybe for an edge, but not the pocket. Could be wrong.
No, he's looking at it like he's got a shot. Yep, he can get through there.
Dale's out watching the shot. Make sure it's clean. Should be since he's calling the bank. Oh, yeah.
Good
Nice
hit.
hit.
And safety right back at Harman. I think Harman could see a piece of it, so he's going to play a safe right back at Jeremy. Try to thin this 6 ball.
Gets her behind the 9.
Good
Nice shot.
I believe this is probably going to be the hardest test for Jeremy. Obviously, up to this point, there's 2 rounds in, so Harman has definitely earned his way here. But given another safe.
Nice.
Oh, I love it. This is good stuff. Good stuff. Yes, sir, Troy Kaminsky. Each one of the players walked away with $20,000 apiece.
Sweet.
So if you haven't already, heard that not Jeremy, Tyler, myself, and Margaret are working on getting the UPL here to Wisconsin. Well, we already are. Contact me, because if you want to get on a league, I've got a really easy way to do it.
Yes, you do.
Doesn't matter where you live in Wisconsin. Doesn't matter, as long as you can put together, for the beginning anyway. Leagues are going to be starting in January. A 3-man team temporarily, and then must go to a 5-man team. But they're allowing us to start with 3. You're going to want to get it. I mean, who in Wisconsin wouldn't want to go to nationals in Charlotte and play for $100,000 next year? Sign me up. That's where I'll be going.
Slightly firm, but should be all right.
All right. Jeremy capitalizes on his good kicking ability, and I'll tell you what, that ran some serious time off the clock. 6.5 minutes for one game of 10 ball. We're going to go to our very first sponsor spotlight of the evening.
Woohoo!
And because he's already here, Mr. Andy Coons, thank you for being one of the first and premier sponsors of Outer Points Productions. The creator of Wisconsin Pool Players Society Facebook page, where they share tournaments, knowledge, and discuss other pool-related topics. Now, over 11,600 members.
Nice.
It is the largest Facebook pool group in the Midwest.
That is awesome.
Just think, if all 11,600 members were subscribers to Outer Points Productions.
That would be really awesome.
Right? And they will at some point. Well, maybe not all of them. Some of them may no longer be alive. Some of them may have signed up just for the drama. No, there's none of that on Facebook.
Never.
Yeah, no. Did you see the post today about the guy that was complaining about diamond tables?
No.
He thought that he said something about the fact that I'd have to go back and look at the post. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. He was just knocking the hell out of diamond tables and said that, well, that's why all the pros play on valleys. No, they don't.
No, most
None
of the pros
of them do. And diamond tables are, it's hard to beat. Really, really hard to beat.
They don't play on valleys, that's for sure.
It was some guy that
Rassens and the Predator tables are starting to make a couple of the big tournaments. Yeah, Brunswick's it.
Brunswick's are what they use for the UPL.
I like Brunswick's.
Same. The old gold crowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Fred Renner, no doubt, 50,000 for second and 20,000 for third. So one of the things that Tyler and Margaret and myself have been discussing is the fact that on top of the Grand Nationals or the Grand Finals that they just got done with over the weekend, we're also going to do our own state tournament for those league players. And we're doing some number crunching and everything else. We're going to have to see how many teams sign up first, but we want to give even a singles player a check for $5,000.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Jeremy's making quick work of this rack. Making up a little bit of time.
Two to nothing. It feels like we just got done doing a sponsor spotlight. That's what we did. Let's talk about Rich Stadler and his wife Sue. Three of us sat together pretty much all day Saturday, watching the WPBA finals up in Rothschild at the Expo Center. Yet another great tournament. Hats off to Dean Raisler and the entire team up there for the WPBA. If you didn't get to go up there and see it, you really missed a good spectacle. Congratulations to, first place would have been Kelly Fisher, beating Pia Filler in the finals. That was a race to 10. Otherwise, it was normally a race to 8. Jasmine Ocean coming in third place. I think she got a check for $6,500. Kelly Fisher's was $14,000.
Nice.
And rounding up the top four, our own very own varsity club pro, Miss Margaret Fefalova-Steyer. I call her Fargo Margo. Coming home in fourth place. So congratulations to all of them. Anyway, one of the sponsors, or one of the very good friends of the Steyers and myself, Rich and his wife from Billet Spin. That's where they make heirloom quality pens, among a lot of other items, from fidget spinners, you name it. All kinds of fun stuff. Oh, boy. Not a good safe.
Nope. Ooh. Missed, but he might have got away with it.
I believe he did.
Jeremy will have to try and spin around that 2-ball, and that's pretty tight. Got a feeling he'll come off the top rail and try and play us safe.
I don't think that's the worst time to miss now, because look at what just happened with the 7 and the 4. So now Harman is not, this is not a run out anymore. So from the 2 to getting anything, well, there's no pocket for the 4 right now. So he's going to have to manufacture or find a way to get on that 4 ball. Although,
might be able to bank it past the 10.
He actually now, I think, can come one rail with some low left and run that right into the 7 or the 4. I'd go for the breakout. And missed them both, but makes for a very easy safe coming up. Should be. All right, who's all in the chat? Again, welcome back, Fred Renner. We missed you. Kyle Vertel, not so much.
Yeah, quite a few people asked about you, Fred, in the chat.
What's happening, Randy Parlick? Tuning in from Antigo, right next to St. Thomas. Troy Kaminsky, thanks for the conversation earlier today. I think that was Troy. Man, there's a couple of Troys I talked to today, actually. It was Troy. Marilyn Schultz, thanks for tuning in. Her husband, Mike, and Tim Stockinger are going to be playing. When are they going to be playing, Chris?
I don't know.
Me either.
Next week?
Sure. Perfect.
Glad I could help. That's what I'm here for.
Well, that is another miss by Harman. And if you couldn't probably tell from his behind the cue ball interview, but he did mention that he's a little nervous tonight, with good reason.
Yeah.
Playing a 7-17 Fargo.
Marilyn says Mike's playing Friday night.
Yeah, I think that's what I said, right?
Exactly.
Sure. A mother always knows.
Like, share, subscribe. Yes, please.
All right, after 3 games, the score is 0-0. Excellent. There it is, Marilyn. You are correct. This Friday, November 21st, as you can see by the flyer, and yes, that is intentional. Thanks to the humor of my friend, Mr. Mike Schultz, that's how he decided to send me a message. Yeah, this is the date we're going to play. Okay, that's what you asked for. That's what you're going to get. So, no, that's not a mistake. .24 minutes and 31 seconds left in set number 1. And Harman coming up completely dry, but not much of a shot on the 2 ball. But I think a 7-17 Fargo could probably figure it out before us.
Agreed.
What's going on, Trevor Simpson? Thanks for the chat earlier this afternoon as well.
Oh, nice.
Yep, that's gonna hurt. Roger. Oh, never mind. Peyton Fultz, good evening. Gary Crows, good evening to you, sir. Good hit. Man, looks like that cue ball is going to stay on the table. Really good opportunity for Jeremy to probably put that cue ball somewhere behind the 6 and the 7. Paul Hemminghaus, couldn't agree more. Hit that like button. Paul just left us here at the, or just make it.
Great shot.
Paul just left us here at the varsity club. Here's a fun one. Just don't get behind the 9. Sick.
You like that cue ball control?
Tyler is tilted. Are you talking about this tournament? That would be the first question. But I could actually probably answer for you now. In this tournament format, although I think it was Mike Gans that told me you could do that, I still haven't figured it out. Because of the format having a redraw every round, this tournament never finishes, if that makes any sense. So, okay, it's not like it doesn't finish, but it doesn't finish in your traditional style where... I'm sorry, I just got distracted by somebody over there on another pool table with their pants down. Jesus. Pull your pants up. Wow. What was I talking about?
Fargo and if we report or not.
Not in this tournament format. I got to go back and I think it was actually in one of the group chats. I'd have to go back in the 400 videos that I have on my YouTube channel and find that, guess what, that's not going to happen. All right, 4-0 in favor of J Fed. What's going on, Sean Johnson? As well as Hocus Pocus.
Hocus de Pocus.
I see Jeremy is continuing from Saturday.
I'm guessing he was at a tournament somewhere taking names.
Ding!
Crushing people's dreams.
Ding! Mark Bell is in the chat. Good evening. Bill, where was Jeremy playing on Saturday?
Ouch.
Wow, that 2-ball just came down there and said, you know what? Get off the table, cue ball.
10-ball help at Legacy.
Oh, that was the open tournament. That's right. I think they had a $4.99 and under, a $5.50 and under, and then an open.
Nice.
It had a total of like 60-some players. Yep, Randy.
We're lazy here. We ain't doing more work.
Yeah, I do want to find a way to do it where it's maybe a little bit easier because quite honestly, I don't, especially when we have a 32-player bracket, or I'm sorry, a 64-player bracket with 32 matches in the first round. If I have to report each one of those individually or manually, I'm not going to be happy. I really have enough to do with my time already. But I do. These should be reported to Fargo. There's no doubt about it. This should be no different than any other tournament.
If the 9 wasn't in the way, I like the 3 rail kick on this.
I like the 3. I don't think it is in the way. I like that shot. That's why I say that. That 9 isn't in the way at all, and that's what Jeremy's doing. Nice.
That's it.
Oh, and might get beat. Nope. Almost got behind the 5. You too, Fred. Yeah, I hear ya. Oh,
Ooh.
Harman.
Right idea, just a little too firm.
Troy Kaminsky. Your wish is my command, sir. I will give you a bit of a rundown on what the qualifiers all entail. And if you don't know, Troy is talking about the breaking point. And that is the... I'll tell you what it is in a little while. Actually, after this match, I am going to be doing a video explaining exactly how the breaking point qualifiers work. First one is coming up December 6th at On the Hill. Mr. Todd Holzer. Already got 5 players signed up. So we need 11 more. We will not take more than 16 players, no matter what. So if you don't know what CRS is, Fred and I both have the disease, and it's not fun. You know what it is, Chris?
No.
You don't know what CRS is?
No.
Can't remember shit.
Love it. I should have known that.
It's a tough disease. It's hard to manage. Am I right, Fred? All right. After 5 games, it's 2-0. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
It does.
Let's talk about Rob Miller just for a moment. Owner with his partner of the Conscious Carnivore down in Madison, Wisconsin. It is a whole animal butcher shop that provides expertise to help customers be more knowledgeable about what and how they eat. They opened their doors in September of 2013 with a mission to educate the home cook. From local animal sourcing to on-site high-quality butchering, they can ensure grass-fed and healthy meats. They believe it is time to recapture the flavor of cooking and connecting with family and friends over a home-cooked meal. Amen.
Yum, yum.
Seeing what the carnivore diet has done to several people, I think Rich Stadler, I believe, is on the corn. Isn't Roger Pregler also on the carnivore? Roger, let us know. You're on the carnivore diet, right? It's good stuff. It's a shame that it doesn't give Roger a better attitude, though. Love you.
Playing the 10 ball, I believe.
That's weird. And it
Playing
just
the scratch.
it double kisses it into the corner. That's pretty wild. Roger says no, he hasn't. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I thought you started and were failing. I mean,
wrong button.
I don't mind the applause. That's fine. Yeah, old TD. Old timer's disease. I don't know about you, Chris, but I'm a little shocked, and I think it's definitely nerves that are playing into this because, and people don't realize this. So for all of these tournaments, Chris knows this. Everybody that's ever played in one is I create a group chat for each one of these tournaments, and let me tell you, that in itself will give you nightmares. Yes, I'm telling you, especially the 64-player field. There's 64 Type A personalities in those group chats, and Lord have mercy. So the reason I tell you that is I have no idea. Why did I bring that up again?
I'm not sure. A squirrel?
Damn it. I'll think of it in a bit. Maybe. There it is, Fred. Can't remember shit. Old-timers disease. Already forgot. Oh. The reason I brought it up was Harman. He has mentioned, he's playing the number one player in the field, and he is nervous. Coming into this, he was going to pay me an extra money
To get an extra
to do
game?
to do a redraw. He did not want to play Jeremy.
Well, we've seen it before too, where players practice and they shoot pretty good and pocket most of their balls. And, if Harman was playing a couple of them shots that he missed that he wasn't missing in practice, he might have a game under his belt right now.
For sure. Couple of things. Roger says he's not ready to give up caffeinated sugar soda yet. Yeah, that's a
Amen to that. I
Yeah,
am not
that's-
giving up my sun drop. I don't care what a doctor says to me.
yeah.
I will die with a smile on my face and a sun drop bottle in my hand.
Oh boy, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well,
My
maybe.
doctor told me I was dying, and the only way to live is to stop sun drop. I think I could find it.
You think you could find it to
yeah,
give it up?
definitely.
Maybe.
Vincent Schrader. Am I going to give away a shirt, J. Ched? Nice analogy there. Not this match, but I am going to be giving some jerseys away once we get down to the semifinals, which is the last 3 matches.
Hey, Tom.
Tommy Jeffers. Good evening. Yeah, I think so, Trevor. There's definitely some nerves.
Oh, yeah. And it's hard to let go of them nerves sometimes.
And you're going to see, I think everybody heard it. I mentioned it with, I don't know if I said it with Jeremy or with Harman, but nerves are good as long as they're not the debilitating nerves. If they suck all of your energy out and you're so nervous you can't play, obviously that's not good.
Correct.
But having some nerves means you care. If you didn't care, then why the hell are you playing? Overcut.
Ooh,
Oh, he's going to
overcut.
get away with it. Oh, boy, did he ever.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. That's just brutal.
That's just wrong.
Makes a nice cut.
That was a nice shot off the rail, yep.
Yeah, this is going to make it really challenging for Harman to come back with 11 minutes left and down 3 games, probably 4 now, against Jeremy Fedkenheuer. It can be done. Just ask Cody Weddick.
The stars have to line up just right.
Five's going in the same pocket. 7 is not. Rhonda Fedkenheuer, thank you for joining us. I kind of figured you would, given that is your husband playing. Harman? What? Kidding. It is weird that she has the same last name as Jeremy, you know?
Correct. Funky.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal. It's not nice. Oh, goodness.
Table says, no, I don't like to be hit that hard.
Trying to create an angle that really wasn't there.
And this angles don't give me either for
No.
the 8 down in the corner.
Oh, he's playing the
playing
two-way.
Yeah, playing a 3 rail. I like it.
So he called it in the upper left-hand corner. So he's going to three rail and let that cue ball drift forward just a smidge. Oh, and it caught the 10 ball. Yikes. Tough cut on the 8 ball for Jeremy, though. I mean, an easy cut for Jeremy. What the hell? And comes 3 rails back and forth.
To get a beautiful angle on the 9 to set himself up for the 10.
Wow.
And that's why he's a 7-17 Fargo.
Well, you're going to find out in the behind the cue ball segment. Why Jeremy Fedkenheuer, or who Jeremy Fedkenheuer is, and the reason why he plays the way he does. It was a very interesting interview with both players. So in the next 8.5 minutes ish,
You'll get to see it.
yep. Here, how's this, Randy Parlick? Oh, is this better? You know, actually, this is not bad. This is this is pretty comfortable. I've never commentated like this before.
Yeah, there's a reason why I sit back in these chairs sometimes when I'm
Look a
doing
lot
the
shorter.
shot clock and
Look
just
a lot
kind
shorter
of
with a
sit back and watch the monitor instead of live on the out the window.
look,
These-
Mom, no hands.
These chairs are awesome.
Thank you, Chad Johnson.
Yes, Chad, thank you. And Dale for buying the second one.
So these are. You're welcome. So this is reality. So this is my actual size compared to Chris. By the way, Randy, you can't see my fingers and what they're doing underneath the counter right here.
Well, good hit.
Oh,
That's brutal.
that is brutal.
That is not nice by Jeremy. It's all right, though. This could be good for Harman to settle down and go, all right, I can't win this set. Now I need to just settle down, play my game, and come in a little more confident in the second set. Ooh, nice try on the hit. Was not off by much.
All right. If I was Jeremy Fedkenheuer, I would be 90 points higher in Fargo. Correct. And a much better player and quite a bit taller. But I would be burning up all of this clock for the rest of this game.
No, I see Jeremy just staying in his rhythm and playing. And there's 6 minutes left, so chances of Harman winning 5 games, pretty slim.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks a lot. Marilyn, are you sure you... I mean, do you publicly...
Don't forget, we can change the spots, tournament
That's
director's
right.
discretion.
Marilyn, do you publicly admit that Mike is your son? I don't know if I would do that. Holy smokes. That cue ball is not afraid of the dark when it comes to Harman. Yikes. Yeah. Guess who's going to be way behind? Guess who's probably going to get like 4 time fouls in his match on Friday? Yep, that'd be Mike.
Now, I figured you'd be starting him at like -6, since your hamburger hands have a hard time hitting the button correctly for setting up the
Setting up the stream.
setting
and
up the
scoreboard.
stream
Yeah,
and the
that's a good
scoreboard.
point. Good point. Yep. That's why I hire Chris to do all the...
With my tiny little fingers.
Hamburger helper gloves. Mm-hmm. Little sausage fingers. Okay. How do you get on the 5 ball if you're Jeremy Fedkenheuer? Hell if I know.
Go back and forth and play safe.
That was one of the fun things that I've always enjoyed, and I'll never regret Derby being there. Other than the commentating for the pros. What do you say? I mean, seriously. In commentating for Allison Fisher in Baraboo.
That'd have been awesome.
What do you say? She knows a lot more about the game than I do. So you just sit back and talk stupid, just like we do here.
And we do that quite well.
Tiffany Reed. Good evening. I believe that, Fred. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. I'll bet he is. The Hitman, cell number 9.
In the house.
What's up, Al Holden?
Nice speed. Nice shot by Harman.
Yeah, if I was Harman, I'm going to use these 6 balls to find some kind of a rhythm going into set number 2. Because without it, there's not going to be a set number 3.
Yeah, and he wasn't shooting that bad during practice. So
No,
he's capable. Definitely capable.
He did not miss many shots at all. This might get behind the 9. And it does. Man, one ball less. And then you could call yourself Lance Armstrong. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Whoopsie. I'm sorry. Did that one? Did that?
Did that slip out over the microphone?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's ball in hand.
You can call it if you want to at this point. Alrighty, folks. Harman has elected to concede, even though it is over a minute, because, well, it's not like we're on a time crunch or anything. Well, Chris and I aren't. We don't care.
Nope.
But both, well, Harman's got to drive. But anyway, we'll talk about it in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is we are going to play this for you. Behind the cue ball of Jeremy Fedkenheuer. So sit back and enjoy this. I promise welcome
you
everyone
will.
to Behind the Cue Ball, formerly the Player Spotlight. I am sitting in the booth with J-Fed, they call him, Mr. Jeremy Fedkenheuer. Welcome very much to Outer Points Productions booth, Jeremy.
Thank you for having me.
As I mentioned, the new series is called Behind the Cue Ball. Once we get down to the final 8 or final 4 players, depending on the amount of players at the beginning of the tournament. So this is a little story about Jeremy Fedkenheuer. So if I'll let you kind of take it away. For the people who don't know Jeremy Fedkenheuer, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the game.
Sure. Been from the Madison area my entire life. I just turned 21, and I actually went to a local bar in the forest, Swan's Dive, and just decided to throw my quarters up on a table one Friday night, and the guy that played me actually broke and ran, and I had never watched that before in my life. And I enjoyed the people there. There was a lot of good personalities that showed up every Friday and Saturday, so I decided to start showing up every weekend and just shot pool with him.
Do you remember who that person was by chance that ran the table on you?
Larry Eisenhart. I do.
Have you seen him since, or
I have.
did you see him
Yep.
after that?
Yep, I have. Yep. Yeah, he shot pool quite a bit in the area, and then he came over to the house actually. Well, it's been a few years ago now, but yep, he's still in the area.
Nice. So if you look at your game, who would it be, Larry Eisenhower or somebody else that you would consider your biggest influence?
Actually, I have a lot of people. I have a lot of people that have just helped me, small steps along the way, to be honest with you. Larry was the one that, kind of got me started with pool. I had Al McCready. I'll bring up his name. He sat me down, months into my shooting and showed me how to do a proper bridge. Most players don't think the bridge is important, but it he could see that was my struggle, and he helped me with it, and that was a big piece of advice, as a young player, kind of learning on my own. And then, throughout the years, I've just had little pieces of advice given to me. I had one lesson done actually with Tyler Steyer, right here in this building, for the break, actually. My wife bought it for me for a birthday gift. Got me a few hours just working on my break with Tyler, and that has made a big difference in my career.
I guess describe that, Jeremy. What made such a difference between the way you were breaking before and what Tyler taught you?
Almost everything about the break he taught me. I felt like I was always a good shooter coming into that, and he just made me realize how much I didn't know about the break.
That says a lot.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it's just about how the rack looks, the different types of racks, talking about the consistency of every break stroke, where you want to hit particular breaks, how hard, how the rack reacts to a break. I mean, it's just a lot of different things I just never took into play when I was practicing before, to where now it's something I worked on for the past few years, and I feel it definitely shows.
Okay. So prior to even a match like tonight, do you have any pre-match rituals or routines that you go through?
Honestly, I just rack the balls and break them. I do that. I try to do it for at least an hour prior to a match. I'm lucky I have a table at home, so days before I try to shoot, even if it's a half hour, whatever at home. Literally doing just that. Just gives me a chance to work on the break. Gives me a chance to work at kind of real game situations. I'll practice safes if the rack allows it. Obviously run out is my power, but it just depends on what the rack does. I feel like it just gives me all around good practice.
So that seems to be a very popular answer with most players. They just throw balls out on the table and start banging balls around. There's a select few that will, bank shots and cut shots and stuff like that, or spot shots. But for the most time, that's the typical answer. So, what over, say, the next year or two? I mean, you're right now at a 717 Fargo, right?
Correct.
Which is professional level. What kind of goals do you have for yourself over the next year? Do you want to improve and continue to get better and better and better and play competitive against some of the pros, or?
Yeah, I mean, if the opportunity presents it, excuse me, I'm self-funded, so it's one of those where I have a hard time traveling, so you don't see me playing out of state a whole lot. I do want to, improve. My goal has always been to try to stay in the top 100 in the country. I actually tapped that for a few weeks here, 4 years ago, something like that. And I haven't been able to get back there since, but that actually is probably my next goal, is trying to top that top 100.
Okay. So having said that, what would you say is the part of your game that you're the most confident about right now that'll get you to that 100?
I think overall my shot making. I don't feel like there's any shot on the table I can't make. It's just more about consistently making them that's kind of holding me back. Seeing the ball well hasn't been a problem for quite a while. It's just being able to do it on every shot.
How old are you, if I may ask?
46.
46. So I noticed you had to, put on some readers.
Yep.
Wait until you hit 50, then you're going to be saying that same question again, seeing the balls
Right.
a little better. Trust
Right.
me, I know. All right, so let's go to the opposite side of the coin, Jeremy. What's your biggest weakness in your game?
I think at this point, definitely consistency. 9 times out of the 10, I feel like I hit the ball really well. But it's that 1 time in 10 that is the one that really kind of takes me out of the contention and beating some of the top players. They don't do that. They make that error 1 out of 50, 1 out of 100, whatever you want to mark it as, and that's the thing I have to work on, is just being able to eliminate those simple errors.
All right, so if you looked at your past, what would you consider your greatest victory or your biggest accomplishment in the game itself?
I would say the one I'm probably most proud of would be the invitational tournament at Ho Chunk. I don't remember what year that was, 5 or so years ago.
But yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I played Sergio in the finals, and he got up on me 7-1 in a race to 11, and everybody had pretty much wrote me off at that point, and I was able to still keep my mental game in it and bear down, and I ended up winning, I think, 11-9 when most people thought it was over. So I mean, that to me was a mental win more than anything.
And you played against the pros in that as well, didn't you? During the CSI event?
I had. Yep, I think it was a different event, but I had played in the Predator. Actually, a couple of the Predator tournaments that were at Ho Chunk.
Okay. Here's a question you didn't get to see. If you could play, and this is relative to golf, if you could play in a match against 3 other players that you consider, I guess, your pool idols, who would they be?
Right now, I would have to say Shane, Fedor, probably Albin Ocean. There's something about his game I enjoy watching.
Nice, yeah. That's a pretty good 3. So if, as a 717 Fargo, is there any advice that you could give to a lower-rated Fargo player, 550, 575, that you would see as the most beneficial to help their game?
I think, to be honest with you, I think it's the same as what I'm working on. The game is all about consistency. I think golf and a few other of the sports are the same thing. It's all about hitting the shot the same way, getting the response out of the cue ball you want, in addition to obviously making the ball. And if you can consistently stroke and have that same, stance, same bridge, same back arm and forearm, everything, that just makes it easier to be consistent. That's something a lot of people I don't think work on. They're just up there banging balls without purpose. And if you really stop and think about what you're doing on every shot, I think that'd be the biggest help.
Working with Tyler and Margaret as much as I do here at Varsity Club, obviously our house pros, that seems to be, and one of the things they taught me is pre-shot routine. It's the same every single time, and I've noticed watching your game over the years, nothing really ever changes. It's very consistent. It's always the same, so it's robotic.
Yep, and it's interesting you say that especially about Tyler, is that was one of the things that I really picked up on from the lesson I had with him. If you watch me break and before I break, my routine is exact on every break. Just something to watch. Down to when I touch my chalk, where I put my chalk. Pretty much everything until that break stroke is almost identical.
So I'll put you a little bit on the spot. Obviously, being, as well as I do, you're the player to beat in the Ultimate KO 10 ball. Does that add any pressure to you at all? Or is it just another tournament, I guess? Yeah,
it's another tournament for me. I don't feel that kind of pressure, to be honest with you, no matter what tournament I'm playing in.
Do you now that I just said it?
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, not really. The biggest pressure I feel with this that's kind of makes this format unique is the clock. Giving up the weight that I do depending on the match, like that first match I played, giving up 5 games and only having 45 minutes to do it. That was my first time ever playing this format.
That's brutal.
That's the part. The spot doesn't bother me. If I have to overcome a 5-game spot, I can do it. But can I do that in 45 minutes? That was the interesting part of that match, and then tonight's going to be the same way. I think I'm giving up 3. If I remember right.
Yes.
Same thing against a player I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen him shoot in my life. So that's probably the only unknown that I have. But for the most part, shouldn't change what I do. I play the table. I don't pay attention much to who I'm playing. I know I have a race and I work to get there.
That's one of the things that I admire about your game, and I try to emulate as in my game as well, is the fact that I don't care who I'm playing. It doesn't matter. Because if they're sitting in the chair, their name doesn't matter anyway. So.
Right. Yep, exactly.
Well, Jeremy, I greatly appreciate you for your time in the Behind the Cue Ball series, and I wish you the best of luck in the tournament, and maybe we're going to see you in the finals.
All righty. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, on behalf of both players, thank you very much for your time listening to both of their Behind the Cue Ball, if you will, player interviews, and I can't wait for the next 6 players to get theirs in as well. You're going to be hearing from Mike Schultz and Tim Stockinger on Friday, so that'll be fun other than sitting here with Mike again. And thank you, everybody other than Dan Yenner, for being here tonight, and Jennifer White for laughing at Dan Yenner's very mediocre comedy. Can you really even call it comedy? It's kind of over. Anyway, players are here, as well as us.
And you, the viewers.
And you, the viewers, are wanting to see a lot more pool. So that's why we do this. Other than for mine and Chris's own entertainment.
Personal entertainment.
Absolutely. So, players are set and ready to go. Enjoy set number 2. Harman must either tie or win in order to force this to a 3rd set.
Yep. Let's see if he settles down and plays his game this set.
You are very welcome, Rhonda. And thank you, Rich Stadler. Much appreciated. And I've mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, and I'm going to continue saying it throughout as long as I do this. That is one of my favorite parts of doing these streams. So I hope it becomes one of yours as well, if it isn't already. If you haven't heard me say it before, whether it's professionals or not, I believe that even the amateurs, if we want to continue to grow amateur pool in Wisconsin and we want to make pool better, that's one of the ways to do it, in my opinion. A, get to know the players. B, get to have them some of the same respect that the pros get.
Yep.
They work hard at their game, but they also have jobs and families to support. We don't get to do this for a living. Well, I do. Well, not play pool, but, stream pool.
Stream it.
All right, 3-8 combo coming right at you. The biggest mistake that Harman can make is hitting this 8-ball on the right-hand side and not following with the cue ball. And you're going to see why in just a second. I don't think that 3 is going to sit right in front of the pocket. Oh, my gosh. That's hard to believe he missed it. That was not easy to do.
Yeah, I think he was trying too hard to do, like you said, keeping the 3 in front of the pocket. And just hit the 8 wrong.
Wow. That's nicely done.
Look at Rich sucking up to you for some reason.
I'm a little I'm a little concerned after that comment, to be honest with you. I feel very, very uncomfortable. He's trying to get me to sleep with him. Just not going to do it.
He might give you more money for the stream.
Oh, I love you too, Rich.
Or buy you one of them cameras you want.
You can send the check to Little Cheddar at Outer Points Productions. Okay, don't touch the 10, Jeremy. I'll have to call a foul. Make sure that thing doesn't move. And it did not. Perfect pace for the 9 ball to come out and play the 10 in the upper right-hand corner. Don't be jealous, Roger. We all know that you're his favorite, so don't sit and whine and cry at home. All right. 1-0. Or -2 to 0.
-2 to 0.
All right, who have we not talked about? We already talked about Rich Stadler. Let's talk about Nope, that's not it. Oh, I got to see these guys over the weekend. Joe and Riley were at the WPBA finals, or tour finals, I should say. Headquartered in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Peshauer, that stands for Joe. Peshauer Custom Cues. They've been building custom cues for over 30 years. Well, over 30 years now. Everything that goes into a Peshauer pool cue is among the highest quality available. Exotic woods, inlays, tips, and ferrules are all built with top-notch materials. Every single Peshauer cue is 100% made in the USA and includes a lifetime warranty against warping and defects. The only thing it doesn't fix is if Chris Green is using it and you continually miss shots. That's the only thing that is not guaranteed. And actually, Riley asked me to send you a message. He would actually prefer that you no longer use their cues.
Yeah? I'll sell them back to him.
Kidding. David Brockman, good evening. Thank you, Bill Sorensen. Good seeing you over the weekend as well.
Ooh, I don't think anything made it to a rail.
A lot of fun watching that, isn't it, Fred? Getting your butt handed to you. It's kind of a little bit of a nod of the head there from Harman after that shot, like he was a little bit disappointed. It's one of the things that I noticed. Chris and I notice this a lot from the stream, and that just puts negativity in your head every time you do that. This is actually a perfect, would have been perfect shape for the 4-ball. Negativity breeds negativity. We're going to call that cheddar bites. I think I'm going to name that. I think, you know what?
I like it.
I think I just came up with something new.
Oh, cheddar's tips. Cheddar bites.
Huh. Well, there's some more work for me. Super. The thing is, I don't know if I have anything really good advice to offer anybody. A, don't ever buy a pool stream. B, don't ever put yourself in the public eye of the pool community because you will get ripped apart. I'm just kidding. I love everybody except for 7 people.
Maybe it.
And Roger. But
He's tolerable.
yeah, acceptable at least. Maybe I could do like a monthly podcast or something with some of the local players or some of the pool halls, or it's got to be something different though, something that nobody's ever done, and call it Cheddar Bites. Any ideas out there in the chat? I'd love to hear them. Doesn't pay to commentate on Jeremy's play because neither one of us know how to do that.
Amen to that.
All right, -1-0 after 2 games. Let's talk about Jason Harlan just for a moment. Thank God
only a moment.
Well, thank God. I don't mind talking about Jason Harlan. I'm just thankful it's no longer Jeff Hefter. John Co Express provides expedited shipping of packages in Wisconsin and surrounding states. Same-day pickup and same-day delivery. Call them now locally at 920-921-91. You know what we've not done in a long time?
Call the sponsor.
Yes.
And then harass them.
We have not called a sponsor in a long time. Guess what we're going to be doing? Maybe not tonight. Because actually the last time we tried it, it didn't work.
Oh. You know, if Kyle wasn't such a beanstalk, he could get higher than his ankles to bite him.
Cheese nibbles. Kyle says, I tell people that cheddar bites all the time. Huh. I think he's saying that you suck. I think that's what he's saying. Not you, me.
Nice little shot.
All right, 3-8 combo coming right at you. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that did not come out the way he was hoping.
No. He had to hit that a lot fuller. And a little bit more on the left-hand side. Well, I would thin this as you, the viewers, see it. I would thin that 3 ball on the left-hand side and try to get the cue ball down by the 9 and get either the 4, 7, or 9 or a 10 somewhere in the middle. Oh my goodness, and he overcuts it.
And left the window. Ouch.
Did he?
Yeah, the way he rolled his eyes and shook his head when he looked down at it. Well, Jeremy might have to massage just a hair bit. Yep.
It's dangerous. You might clip a part of... You know what? Never mind. Good shot. Really good shot. That turned out...
Yeah, great two-way.
For sure. That's what Roger's been hoping for his whole entire life, as a matter of fact.
A two-way?
Yep. Now that wasn't very nice, Chris.
I know.
Why? He's your friend. Ooh, that's really dangerous. I mean, you're putting it in front of the pocket, number one. Well, I'm assuming he was trying to pocket it, but...
Yeah, I think I'd have tried to play safe there.
Yep, for sure. Oh, oh, man. That is sick. And that's what a 7-17 Fargo. They play for that. Chris, on the other hand, you know, just hoping to God he hits it. Hits the 3 ball. Me too. Oh, no.
Ouch.
Oh boy. Yikes. All right. Jerry Fed with an opportunity to diminish the entire 3-game spot in the first 3 games. This rack brought to you by Fireball.
Fireball. Numb.
Good use of a power draw there. Something
Yes,
I
it
know
was.
nothing about. My power draw is about 18 inches. Chris, how many new subscribers do you think we got tonight?
2.
2?
2. Maybe 3. Because I believe it's Harman's first time on the stream, is it not?
Oh,
Or
no.
has he played before?
This is his third.
Oh, okay. I guess
Yeah,
it's always
all-
been
all-
somebody else commenting every time then.
All these matches have been streamed. And this is round 3.
Good point.
Let's take a look. Not a bad guess. 4.
Nice.
4.
Way to go, people.
4 new subscribers this evening. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That earned me another 28 cents.
Now get your friends to subscribe.
Do it. Do it. That's what she said. Rhonda, I'm still, I think I'm going to work on that tonight when I get home. Adam Granatella sent me a WAV file of that, and I haven't tested it out yet because I keep forgetting to take my SD card home. That was a good breakout by Harman, and a perfect opportunity to get out. All he's got to do is just roll this forward just a smidge, and he's got the perfect angle for the 4 to get to the 5, and then he's got to leave himself a little bit of an angle.
That could
to
be
get to
tricky
that
getting
6.
5 to the 6,
Yeah.
but if he can manage that, he's got a good chance of getting out this wreck.
No. You didn't, yeah, it didn't reset.
That could be. Nice shot getting onto the 6 ball.
Yeah, and not touching that 8 ball because he was really close. This is the best. Now, this is the way Harman was warming up.
Yep, he was playing pretty
Very-
well like this.
Very even paced and very methodical. So I fully expect him to get out of this wreck. And if not, then I win. Commentator's curse number 1.
Very nice.
Yep, and
Nice
a perfect angle to come up table for the 10 in the upper right-hand corner. Middle ball, just a little punch. Just like that. Well done.
Perfect.
I'm going to order that controller tonight.
All right, so Harman is on the board. Yeah, like we said, that's kind of how Harman was playing during practice and warm-up. So I expected a little bit closer match.
All right. We're just going to try this just for a second. So, hey, it's back working again.
Woohoo!
Get right in there on the old cue ball. Nothing going down, and a shot at the one ball for Harman.
Yeah, this could be Harman's set.
Lots of time left, though.
Yes, there is.
Only 14 minutes off the clock from, or I'm sorry, 17 minutes off the clock from the start.
Oh, no.
It actually sounded like a real slight miscue. Jeremy probably is going to go rail first on this, come 3 rails and around, and try to get to almost where his left elbow is there. Yep, rail first, and very much over hit.
Yeah, definitely had a little bit of steam on that one.
Yep, indeed, Trevor. No doubt. And much needed, too. Isn't that his first win?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
believe it
out
is.
of the whole match.
Not quite enough on that backspin, back
Wow.
cut.
Monster opportunity.
Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, he's all right.
Ew.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he didn't punch that, try and take it in the side, but let's go past the 10 pretty nicely.
I think because of where the 6 is. Wow.
Like I said, play it off the 10, get the 4 in the corner.
That's not what you said.
Well, it did actually go past the 10 quite nicely. But hey, got to take them fortunate little oopsies when you get them.
Yeah, indeed, Fred. This is another huge opportunity for Harman to take advantage of that mistake by Jeremy.
Nice stroke. Confident stroke.
Now Harman's playing like he was warming up earlier.
Yeah, he's settling down a little bit. Beautiful
Good shot.
Do you set up for the 9-10 combo, or do you try
No,
and
God,
get
no.
in between there?
Two rails and down to play the 9 in the side.
She's farther off the rail than I thought. Oh.
Wow. You couldn't have hit that any better.
Nice little shot.
18 minutes left, and Jeremy Fedkenheuer is going to be down 2 games to Harman.
And it's Harman's break.
Basically, Jeremy won the first set 7-0. Or was it 8-0? So it was it 4? Was it 4 or 5? Whatever it was.
4.
Handily. So starting at -3, that's 7-0. And this match or this set started out with Jeremy winning the first 3. So think about that for a second. Jeremy won the first 10 games before Harman won his first. That's not easy to come back from if you're Harman.
No, it's not.
So now winning the next 2.
Definitely a confidence builder. Not a bad break.
Yeah, just like Chris's house on a Friday night. There's balls flying everywhere. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me?
Where did you go?
All right, 2 to the 4 is going to be the key to this rack. I bet you I bet you he's wishing he could shoot the 4 right now because that's where he would need to be. I think I would actually
on the 4 right there.
I think I would actually play the 2 in the lower right instead of playing this in the side. Because then all you got to do is just bounce out 1 rail. Here you got to get a little fancy and hope to avoid that.
That's a whoopsie.
That right there. That's why you play it all the way down.
I don't know. Women have reached out to me.
Yeah, boy. All right. If you're 100% correct, Rhonda. Chris, do me a favor and remind me to pull that SD card out of there at the end of tonight.
Okay.
I got to get that thing working. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Dan Yenner, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. And we may end up, your partner, Alice Adams, I talked to her over the weekend, and I don't think she wants to be your partner anymore either. So you might need to find another partner as well. We had a nice long talk about you, and she's not impressed. Not what Jeremy Fedkenheuer was looking for, and this is huge. This shot by Jeremy Fedkenheuer, if it does not go and he leaves Harman with a shot on the 7, could end up costing Jeremy set number 2.
Yeah. Less than 15 minutes to try and make up 3 games.
It's
doable, but it's
Yeah.
getting close. You get a safety battle in there, and
Oh, Jeremy might get away with it.
Time is running out.
No, he's not. Uh-oh. No, you don't know if that's a lie or not. As far as you know. It's partial truth, I guess. Because I did talk to Alice over the weekend several times.
Not saying what we talked about, but he talked to her. Can't believe he'd accuse us of lying here on our stream.
I know, right? Never.
Look at that face. Face of innocence over there.
He's not lying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Side pocket it is.
Yeah, not what he was planning for. Oh,
Ooh.
I don't like this decision.
No, I would cut that in the side. A little bit of draw and you're fine.
He called it in the lower left-hand corner. I understand what he's doing. He's going to try to keep distance. But this is why you don't shoot that shot.
Not for a 700 Fargo. That's bread and butter shot right there.
Wow.
Bam.
Let's take a gander at that shot again, shall we? Look at this from, and it has to go, obviously. Otherwise, you're down 3-0. So this is nicely done. Center pocket, too. I'm just glad the instant replay worked. Right, Trevor? Right? Yeah, baby. Still got a little laggy to it, but that's okay. What's going on, Mad Matt? All right, let's go to what Dan Yenner was talking about. And this is not something I really enjoy talking about. Dan Yenner, that is, of course. See that little drop down there?
Whee!
Outer Points Productions presents Scotch Couples. Must be Jack and Jill. Must have been born male and or female. Wait, what?
Where?
16 teams. 13 are already committed. There is only 3 spots left. If you want to play, now is the time to get in it. Because I'd say within the next 2 days, it is going to be full. So send me a message with who your partner is. We'll get you on the list. Good luck with that, Matt. Maybe ask Pam Kelly. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of guys in the state of Wisconsin that fear going up against Pam Kelly.
No, I tried the wig and shaving my legs already. They won't let me do it.
Well, the issue with that is you kept the beard and mustache.
I'd shave that off too.
Nobody wants to see that either.
Skirt, nylon, pumps. I'd do the whole 9 yards. Oh, I was going to say great shot.
That's rude as hell. Almost went in the hole. That's what she said. That was for you, Rhonda. Sorry. Rhonda Fedkenheuer is a 1250 Fargo, so Trevor, you can play with. Wow. Oh, that's when as soon I just that's not what I meant. Okay, yes it is. So
Yes, it is. Don't lie.
I'm trying to dig myself out of that hole, and it's not. Mentally, it's not working right now. So I'm just gonna shut the hell up.
Nice little hit.
Michael Parker
Watertown.
tuning in from Whitewater again tonight. Not Watertown. Where do you see a Watertown?
Oh, I just saw water. White. You know, I reversed it. It's all good.
It's either Portage or Whitewater for Mr. Parker. And you're very welcome. Follow Michael Parker's lead. Make sure you're subscribed already.
Like,
hit the like button. Share it with all your friends and enemies. Oh, jeez. All right. What is Jeremy Fedkenheuer going to do? You know, now that I have the remote, the batteries are in. Oh, look how much. Oh, out of focus. I don't mind that.
That is trying to get behind that 6 ball. Failed. You think you don't know what your Fargo is?
Rhonda, isn't your aren't you a 1250 Fargo? Uh-oh. I didn't know if that was going to get to a rail.
I wasn't sure myself if he may hit that hard enough. But it's not a bad plan by Harman to play the safety game a little bit because it's burning time off the clock.
Yeah, forgot about the speed of the 4 ball there. And I feel for Harman right now because he is about to have a really difficult kick shot coming his way. Okay, not as bad as I thought. So Tyler's tilted says, what if my guy partner has outer points like a woman? Does that qualify?
Nope.
That all depends on what she identifies as. No, that's not true. Not going to happen. No. Oh, look at that. Oh, good night, Irene. What a shot. Check this out. Look at this. One rail follow right into it and comes out with a shot on the 5.
Yeah, he thought he hit that old light and was going to get hooked there for a second, but
That
worked out in his favor. That was a
fabulous.
great shot.
Beautiful. Nicely done. He wanted to, in the worst way, hold for that side pocket, but knew that he couldn't, so decided to go around it, and obviously a very good choice. So, look at what we've got going on here, folks. It is going to be tied up at 2 apiece with just under 5.5 minutes left to play. Wow. Yay.
2-2. That's getting interesting. So Harman either needs to milk out the clock long enough to keep it at a tie, or get a nice wide open rack and run it out to get ahead of game. He cannot afford to let Jeremy win.
Nope. Because then we're all going home. Whoa! Cue ball almost got kicked in the corner. No shot for Jeremy. So I'm assuming there is a push out coming.
I would assume the same. And push out it is.
Rhonda is in favor of the 2-set rule. No third set.
No third set?
It's kind of selfish, Rhonda.
Yeah, we want to watch him play more, so, I say we go for the third set.
And then a shootout.
Ooh, that would be nice. That would really be fun.
You know what would be fun? You know what I think would be really entertaining? Watching to see how fast Roger could run around the table in a 6-ball shootout. That. Or Kyle. Kyle with his arthritic hip, 4 knee replacements, a bad neck, bad elbow. There's a lot of things wrong with Kyle. We all know that. So that would be very entertaining. So accidentally pocketing the 1 ball.
Yep. So an option for Harman. He can take the shot or make Jeremy shoot.
All right, reset that. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you could always go grocery shopping and watch the replay. It'll be on YouTube.
Oh, that's right. That's right, Roger. You had the worst time of anybody so far. Didn't you do it in like 4.5 minutes?
Wow. Ouch.
Oh, very nicely done.
I think you double tapped the cue ball.
Did you double tap the cue ball? Yeah, I am.
Yeah, we'll watch it here. It's actually a good angle for it, too.
Yep.
Yeah, because it does a funny hop. Yeah.
That's a really good call by Harman, and I give him a lot of credit for this because we didn't see it until he actually made it well known that he thinks, or he thought that he double hit the cue ball. And we went back and looked at the replay, and he did. So, at the ripe old age of 24, I give Harman a lot of credit for doing that, because there's not a lot of players that would have called that foul on themselves. So, hats off to you, young man. Well done.
Well, that's true, Trevor. I'll give you that.
What are we giving Trevor?
He says he can't torture us in real time if he goes grocery shopping and just watches the rest of the match.
Yeah, Trevor, watch how many T's you put in butt, if you don't mind. Because I'm not a big fan of him talking about either my butt or your butt in real time. That's what she said.
He's in Texas. I feel kind of safe.
Yeah, that is true. Kind of safe. Kind of safe. I like that. Indeed, Rhonda. Yep. That's, and you know, that foul
It's going to probably cost him.
Is actually going to cost Harman the match. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't have, but now with that, so I tell you what, this is a round of applause. He's not going to wait till it's done. He's not going to hear this until afterwards, but that round of applause is for that young man, because knowing full well he could have ran that rack instead of Jeremy and could be up 3-2 right now and go to a third set instead. So this takes me back to
I don't remember who
JR Villegas.
Yep.
JR Villegas in the very first match, $265 entry, just like all the KO Challenge, was playing against Charlie Wolf. And it was Hill, and JR called a foul on himself that nobody knew about. Nobody knew anything about except for Charlie. He double hit the cue ball, or double hit the one ball, whatever it was. And then
the cue ball's trying to go in the pocket, but it refuses to drop.
It ended up costing him the match. So that's why I ended up getting that sportsmanship award for JR for doing that. And I'll tell you, it was well deserved. And that is actually going to be the end of the match, everybody. Yep. What a way to lose.
Yeah, but he goes out with great dignity, in my opinion. You know, I saw the cue ball bounce, and then he's like, I think I double tapped that. Can they check it? And that's when I hit the stop all so we could verify.
Here's what I want you to do, folks. If you're friends with Harman Singh on Facebook, and I'm being very serious about this, these are the things that what pool needs.
Yep.
Is good sportsmanship. So do me a favor, because I'm going to go out there and talk to Harman right now. Send that young man a message and let him know how much the pool community appreciates what he just did. And if you don't, then, well, that's okay. But let it known that that's something to be highly respected, and it's very rare in these games today. Outer Points Production is going to try to make a very significant change in things like that. So I love seeing that on my channel. So
yep.
Hats off to Harman.
Yes.
Also,
lots of respect.
You betcha. So congratulations to Jeremy Fedkenheuer on making it to the semifinals. So that's very exciting stuff as well. So we're not going to diminish, obviously, that. We can't take away from Jeremy's win, because he played phenomenal tonight.
Yes,
so,
he did.
Looking forward to having him back on the stream. I hope everyone greatly appreciated or enjoyed the new Behind the Cue Ball. interviews with the players tonight. I know I did. I know Chris did. Like I said, we enjoy the hell out of doing those. So until Friday night, again, we have Mike Schultz and Tim Stockinger are going to be here. Let me throw that flyer up there just for a second so you know what time to be here.
5 o'clock.
There it is. 5 o'clock Friday afternoon. 6:02 and a 580 Fargo, so that is going to be an even match. 30 minutes of 10 ball in each set. So until then, as always, thank you very much to all the sponsors of Outer Points Productions. Adam Carlson, Joe Pischauer, Jay Pischauer, John Kramer, Andy Coons, Dan Welch, Pete Sorsey, Robert Miller, Derek Schwartz, Bobby Joe Coons, Ritz Stadler, Jason Harlan, Cody Retlick, Matt Strong, Brent Lucas, Eddie Altman, Vincent Didio, Brett Tovar, Lynn Dorn, not Kevin Dorn, Joseph Porter, Brad and Dave Gillette of Brave Billiards, David Menden, Chris Green, of course, Roger Pregler, Jim Reese, Scott Kugel, Kevin Dorn, Jesse Crook, and all the Varsity Club staff and all of my co-commentators. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, and thank you, the viewers. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you. Come again.